Hi everyone. So today we thought we'd do a bit of
Kids yoga?
or yoga that you can do with the kids.
Yeah. Or kids can just do it by themselves with maybe the parents' yoga mat or the yoga mat.
That's true, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get started.
So first we're doing Tadasana, or you might call it mountain pose.
Yeah, so we stand at the tops of our mats. If you don't have a mat, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just do it on the carpet.
Or towel or something.
Okay, so Tadasana or mountain pose might
Yeah.
look a bit like you're just standing around, but actually it's a really important pose, eh Caitlyn?
Yes, it's like the whole thing about yoga. It's kind of like.
Yeah, it's got lots of elements of yoga poses in it. So we have a very long spine and our shoulders are dropped away from our ears, not hunched up like this. And we have a nice big proud open chest and our tummies are drawn in. So we're going to start in Tadasana and then we're going to warm up our upper body. So we're going to do this by sweeping our arms up and breathing in. Breath is really important in yoga too, and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to do this one more time. Breathe in.
Breathe out.
And breathe out. And then we're going to bring our arms up one more time. Breathe in. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. So we just fold forward, bend at the hips, and bring our hands down to our shins, the fronts of our legs, or down to the mat.
And it's a really nice pose.
Sure is. And it's okay to have a little bit of a bend in your knees.
Yeah.
You shouldn't lock your knees ever in yoga. Okay?
Yeah, because it's actually pretty hard to do that too.
Yeah. Now from here we're going to meet our first animal in yoga.
Yeah.
The gorilla. So we're taking our hands, palms facing upwards, and we're going to just
you lift your
slide them under our feet.
So you lift your forward feet, then lift them up and slide your hand at the bottom of your feet.
So your toes will be where your wrist creases are, where your wrist bends. And then from here we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift our back up so it's flat. And then we're going to breathe out and we're going to soften back down again. And our elbows will bend and they'll go a bit wide. And you should feel a really nice stretch in the back of your legs. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths in Gorilla.
And when you get getting puffed out, you might have to go back up and warm up again.
Well, that's all right too.
Yeah.
So then we're just going to slowly roll up. And
we
next,
come back into Tadasana, and next
we're going to meet our second animal, a flamingo.
Yeah.
So,
and it doesn't matter if you're pink.
Yeah. So you don't have to be pink for a flamingo, but flamingos do tend to be pink.
Yeah.
So this is a balance pose. So what we're going to do is take our left foot in our left hand and bring it up to our bottom. And our right arm is going to stretch up really high past our ear and then reach up
and
into
if you
the
need
sky.
to put your leg down, it's okay. It's just a little practice, so it's okay.
Yeah, if you're wobbly, that's okay too.
Yeah, just
so
like me.
Staying here for a few breaths. We're making sure our tummy is pulled in and our shoulders are down and not hunched up. And then we're going to release that down, put that foot down, and then we're going to do it on the other side. So right foot, our heel up to our bottom, and then reaching the left arm
And it's a very good stretch and good for trying to balance in yoga.
Yeah, it's a good stretch and good for balancing. And balancing is very important to be able to balance.
And it's kind of hard because you kind of wobble and you have to put your foot down.
Okay, so we're going to come out of our flamingo and now we're going to come down to the mat And first of all, we're going to come into tabletop. So this is just where we put our hands down and they're underneath our shoulders, and we're putting our knees down underneath our hips. And again, our tummy is drawn in. Very important to have your tummy drawn in and not flopped out like this. Well, that is another pose, isn't it, Caitlyn?
Yeah.
So this is tabletop. Our back is straight. Okay? And then from here, we're going to do some more animal poses.
Yeah.
The first one is cow. So cow, we breathe in and lift our chin up and drop our back down so that it's rounded towards the mat. And that's cow. And just take a couple of breaths here and then breathe out. And we're going to round our back more like a rainbow.
Yeah.
So a cat, like a cat stretching. Meow. And we're tucking our chin. And then we're going to come back to tabletop. You can do cat and cow lots of times. It's really nice for your back. Okay, so the next one is actually puppy dog pose. So from tabletop, we're just going to leave our knees and our hips where they are, knees, hips, and we're just stretching out our arms long and bringing our head, our forehead to the mat. And we're just breathing here and just relaxing into the pose.
And it's kind of like child pose too.
It is a bit like child's pose. So you may, if you've got a dog, you may see your dog doing a stretch like this. That's why it's called puppy dog pose. Oh,
and here's the puppy. Puppy? Oh no. Oh no.
Gracie does this pose quite a lot.
Yes. And here's Pippa. She does downward dog.
Yeah. Speaking of downward dog, it is now time for downward dog.
Yes.
So from here, we are going to push up into an upside down V.
Yeah. Or capital V.
So our arms are long and our head is between our arms, and we have one straight line from our bottom or our tailbone through to our fingertips, and then another straight line from our bottom through to our heels. This is a very, very nice stretch and a good place just to breathe for a while.
I'm wondering, how did the dogs come when we said downward dog?
Oh, they're pretty clever.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then from here, speaking of dogs still, we're going to walk the dog.
Yeah.
So this means lifting each heel, one heel at a time, as if you're walking, but still keeping in your upside down V. That's called walking the dog.
And sometimes you might do it maybe in, like, on a walk with your dogs or something like that.
That's true. So now we're going to come into a three-legged dog. So from our upside down V, we're going to bring our right leg up. Our foot is flexed rather than pointed. Now it's pointed. It should be more like this. That's three-legged dog. Then we're going to put that down and lift the left one up for a three-legged dog. Fantastic.
And you might see a three-legged dog maybe having a walk.
That's true too. Okay, so back to our downward dog, and then we're going to do that three-legged dog again on the right side, but this time we're going to bring our foot through outside of our right hand and then lower down our left knee. So our bottom part of our leg is flat on the mat. And this is called lizard. This is a super nice stretch. Really nice stretch. You can do it up here. You can even come down to your elbows if you want a really super nice stretch. Or just up on your hands.
And if you don't think you can do it the hard way, just don't do it.
That's true too.
It's fine.
Okay, so we'll step back to our downward dog. And then our left leg goes up in the air for another three-legged dog. And then we bring that round left of our left hand. Lower our right knee down for lizard on the other side.
Yeah. You choose which one you want, down like this or just up. I'm going to choose this one.
Great. Okay, so we're going to come back into tabletop again. And then from here we're going to push up to a downward dog again. And then we're going to come into something called a plank. Like this. It's like the top part of a push-up. And then slowly, we're going to lower down. This is quite hard. We're going to lower down to the mat. And we're going to come up to another animal called the Cobra. Cobra is a type of snake. This is a nice bend for the back. That's right. So we're just lifting our head and chest up through our hands. Just remember to breathe. Always remember to breathe in your yoga poses.
Yeah, because if you don't breathe, it will be hard, I guess.
And then we're going to lower back down. Push back through tabletop to our downward dog. And then we're going to step up to the fronts of our mats. And up to standing. From here, we're going to squat down for another animal.
And that's called a frog.
That's true. It's called a frog.
I didn't.
So, our feet are on a slight angle, so they're pointed out a bit that way. And then we're going to put our hands down flat on the mat between our legs. And our spine, our back, is nice and long. Breathe in. Ribbit.
And if you want, you can put your hands to your chest.
True. When you do that, it's called Malasana squat.
Yeah.
It's really nice too. Okay, so from here we're going to come into something else which is not an animal. It's called gate pose. So coming up on our knees.
It's still kind of an animal because that keeps it inside of your property or something like that.
True. For sheep and stuff, eh?
Yeah. Or a dog kennel.
We're going to stretch our right leg out long. And then we're going to take our left arm and bring it up over our head. And then with our breath out, we're just going to stretch over as if reaching over for our toes on the right side. That's a really nice stretch, isn't it?
Not for me. Like this.
And back to centre, and then we'll do that on the other side.
Same thing.
Breath in. And then breath out. Bring your arm over to the left. Feeling that stretch through this side of your body.
And remember to put your leg out. You slide your hand to your foot. And then you put your arm like maybe half of a rainbow. That's
true. Okay, so back to centre. And now we're going to do another back bend. It's called Camel. So we're starting in the same position as we started with for our gate. This time we're going to put our hands behind our backs, the lower part of our backs, as if we were wearing jeans and we're putting our hands into our pockets.
Yeah.
And then from here we're just going to push our hips forward a bit and lean back, pushing our hips forward, which is a nice back bend, or you might even want to reach your hands down to your feet.
I don't know why I'm not used to it right now. I used to love it, but now I'm not used to it that much.
Maybe just because it's morning. Okay, so now we're going to do something really fun. This is boat, but it's with two people. Okay, so Caitlyn and me are going to do this together. So you have to sit quite close to each other, and so that your feet are going to touch. Then you put your hands together, and then put the soles of your toes of your feet together and push up so that your legs are stretched out long. It's a bit tricky for us because our legs are a little bit different sizes, but we're doing our best. Okay, the other one. Make sure it's between your hands. So that. So we're both creating V's with our bodies. This is super fun. So try it at home. Sometimes you flop over to the side. Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to, if you have a little sister and you're a little bit younger, you could use anyone that's kind of your size.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone that's kind of your size, as long as they're in your bubble.
Yeah. If you're professional, you can do one bigger and one smaller, like us.
Yeah, professional. Okay, so we're nearly coming to the end of this little session. Okay, so we're going to finish with Happy Baby. This is a really nice stretch. So we come to our, we lie down on the mat, bend our knees, and our soles of our feet are on the mat. Then we reach for the sides of our feet with our hands and bring them up so that the soles of our feet are parallel, the same line as the mat. And then we just pull our feet towards us.
And this is a nice stretch.
Sure is. Super nice stretch.
You might see a baby doing this, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, you might see a baby doing this. And then you can even rock side to side a little bit if you like. Gives your back a little massage.
Or if you want, you could come in like this and rock. It might be a little bit easier.
So that's what we're doing next.
Yes.
So we're bending our knees, hugging them into our chest. That's a super nice thing to do. It presses the back into the mat and it feels really nice. Then we're going to stretch our arms and legs out long.
For morning stretch.
For morning stretch.
And you might do this in the morning, or maybe if you're lying down on your back and you want to have a stretch. So it's not just a morning stretch.
That's true. You can do it any time.
Yeah.
Then we're going to hug our knees in again, and this time try rolling. Rolling like a ball.
Oh.
Just making sure that your spine is nice and curved so that you don't go thud, thud, thud on your spine. And then we're going to roll completely up. And we're going to finish the practice today by saying thank you very much for joining us for this practice. Namaste. See you again.